What's up, everybody? My name is Dennis, aka Mr. Motherfucking 808, aka the blind bastard himself. And in this video, I'm going to be reacting to a video that's simply titled, Father Realizes His Son Was Actually the Killer. That's rough. Let's get into it, shall we?
Well, let's just start with when's the last time that you actually talked to Erin?
Why does that matter?
When's the last time you talked to her?
Why does that matter? No, I'm asking, why does that matter?
This is Brent Williams.
Why does that matter? Trying to figure out a murder scene, bud.
And his wife, Erin Mulcahy. To say their marriage is on the rocks would be something of an understatement.
I didn't want to be with Brent because he started to hit me and I don't want to be hit anymore.
When did he hit you last?
I'm afraid to tell you.
Only months after this.
Either way, if he's hitting you, what difference does it make whether it was 28 minutes ago or fucking 3 weeks ago? You just admitted by saying... These people are so dumb. Meanwhile, the cat's just chilling there in the window like, get me the fuck out of here.
This encounter with law enforcement, the marriage of Brent Williams and Erin Mulcahy would come to a tragic end. Erin had been found dead. At first,
the way he said that, dead. Erin had been found dead. And then they blank out the word dead. Like, YouTube's getting weird, bro.
it looked like a terrible accident, but as the investigation delved deeper, the cops realized their sleepy village of Waynesville, Ohio, was about to experience its first homicide in almost 60 years.
They always point this shit out, like murder can happen anywhere. Stop acting like just because you live in a quaint small town. Murder hasn't happened here in 478 years. Oh, Jesus.
The investigation began on July 7th with a horrifying discovery.
What's going on?
Pretty sure she's been in there for 2 days, probably.
Okay. In this apartment here?
Yeah.
Erin
In the
Mulcahy?
shower, yeah.
Okay.
Brent and his dad was here the other day.
Okay, but they
In the
haven't.
evening, and she was in the shower then.
Okay,
I
yeah.
heard the water running, and I looked
I
underneath
see.
the floor, and water was running out.
Running out. And so she's in here?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Rigor mortis has already set in.
As soon as the officer saw you, like, I don't need to see this shit. Yep, you're right. You weren't lying. You were actually telling facts here, bud.
Okay, I'll have you guys step out here because I'm going to have to get some pictures and things like that. So she's in the shower.
God, imagine this being your job. You have to show up to these murder scenes, and now you got to take photos like you're some kind of super creep.
Holy Jesus.
Rigors set in. Last time anybody saw her was a few days ago. Still getting some additional information on all that. Brent was here, her ex-boyfriend.
I gotta check on my sound. It seems like my sound is a little off. Usually my holy Jesus is way louder than that.
Rigors set in. Last time anybody saw her was a few days ago. Still getting some additional information on all that. Brent was here, her ex-boyfriend or whatever was here a couple days ago. And
What's your footprint number?
no, that might be one of the guys coming from one of the landlords. They were coming in and
He says that, but he just stepped all the way in there, so he's trying to act like he knows for sure. He did step fully in the bathroom, right? Did he not? Let's see it again real quick.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, we don't know for sure, but it looks like the officer or this investigator stepped fully into the bathroom and then is like, nope, that's not my, nope, I didn't do that.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, definitely. Rigor mortis has already set in. Okay, I'll have you guys step out here because I'm gonna have to get some pictures and things like that. So
And you know these police officers share these photos with like people they work with and talk shit. Not all of them. I'm just saying, you know it happens.
she's in the shower.
They probably got folders on their PC at work and shit, and they're all exchanging these gross-ass death photos.
Rigors set in. Last time anybody saw her was a few days ago. Still getting some additional information on all that. Brent was here, her ex-boyfriend or whatever was here a couple days ago. And
What's your footprint on there?
no, that might be one of the guys coming from.
It wasn't me. Caught me cheating on the counter. It wasn't me.
One of the landlords. They were coming in and redoing the apartment next door. They heard water running. And when Brent was here, supposedly the other day, he said that he heard water running, but they said there was water all the way. It was flooded all the way out here. So
We're not even going to approach because it's
right, yeah, exactly. So
we'll preserve.
So this guy is smart enough to say we're not even going to approach because you don't want to tarnish this crime scene, this murder scene or whatever. And then the cop's like, yeah, you're right. You can see it from there. But we fully saw this guy take at least one full step into the bathroom. Did we not? Did we not?
Serve the same for you. And
okay, all right. Well, I appreciate that.
footprints too. So my
Right.
footprints right there.
Yeah, your footprints right here. I'm going to talk these guys and make sure they came in and shut the water off. But they're the ones that found her, so I would presume that.
Erin's neighbors had become concerned for her welfare.
Have you noticed dead bodies look different lately? They just look like black squares. Is that normal?
She wasn't ready.
As they'd heard water constantly running
I gotta have dark humor. It's the only way I can get through fucking grotesque videos like this, but I do enjoy seeing them. It's kind of curiosity kills the cat, as they say.
from inside her apartment. It could be nothing to worry about, but Erin's neighbors decided to call her landlord to voice their concerns. Erin's landlord called Brent to try and get permission to enter the house.
He's a super freak. That dude looks like a straight up creep, bro.
But he didn't answer the phone.
Look at that dead eye stare.
So her landlord called Brent's father instead, who arrived a short time later to help. But instead of finding a problem with the plumbing, they found Erin's body slumped in the shower, and the worst part, she'd been there for several days.
God, imagine that. You think you're going over just to check on some regular ass water leak on a random Tuesday. You're halfway through your shift, just got done eating your McDonald's food that you ordered from DoorDash, and then you walk in and you have to see this black blotch.
It would be easy to assume Erin was the victim of nothing more than an accident, as there appeared to be no injuries, stab wounds, and no sign of a suspicious death. The officer
What are we gonna guess, folks? You want to take a little betting pool? How she passed away? She has pretty eyes, by the way. R.I.P. to her. I'm not trying to talk shit or make jokes, but I gotta try to make this humorous in some way. It's who I am. I'm gonna say she was strangled, maybe, and they didn't see the original hand marks or something. I'm gonna go with strangled. Drop a comment if you pause this video and you want to guess with me, and we'll see who's right.
knew Erin had been having problems with alcohol addiction, but he also knew her marriage to Brent was not a happy one, and there could be more to this case than first appeared.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I've got to get.
Actually, you know what? I do know what that is. That's a nose hair from me.
Oh, okay. History of alcohol, alcoholism, and things like
Usually
that.
we
So,
come in that.
but I've got to investigate this as something beyond that because there has been domestic history and things like that. So, all right. Howdy.
To try and get a better picture, the officer spoke to Brent's father, who revealed Erin and Brent's marriage was on the verge of breaking down completely.
Ruh-roh. Also, I got good news. You guys are going to notice that we're going to get through this entire video and we're not going to have ads pop up. You know, maybe ads for this video if I'm able to monetize it. Probably not. But what I mean is you're not going to see me watching it and have an ad pop up where even I got to wait for it. We finally got it figured out.
History of alcohol, alcoholism, and things like
Usually
that.
we
So,
come in that.
but I've got to investigate this as something beyond that because there has been domestic history and things like that. So, all right. Howdy.
To try and get a better picture, the officer spoke to Brent's father, who revealed Erin and Brent's marriage was on the verge of breaking down completely.
let's just start, I guess, from the beginning. When was the last, prior to today, when was the last time you were actually in this apartment?
Thursday.
Thursday. And was anyone with you when you went in?
Brent and I went in there.
Okay. And what happened on Thursday?
God, I could only imagine being a father and finding out that your son, you know.
Thursday.
Brent needed to get his checks, X3 checks, out of there because he didn't know what Aaron was going to do.
Okay.
And he wanted me to come along because we're witness.
Sure. Makes sense.
Go in.
Yeah.
We hear the shower running. We think she's in the shower. He gets his checks. We leave.
Okay.
We come out here. We run into Gina standing right out here. And we said that we told him exactly what we done. We went in to get them checks and stuff. And he said, oh, he said, I talked to Aaron the other day.
Who was this that you were talking to?
The guy.
Is the father lying? Is he covering up for his son? Because that seems a little suspect. Oh, she was just in the shower and we went over there and got the checks and, you know, that was it. We didn't have nothing to do with it.
We come out here. We run into Gina standing right out here. And we said that we told him exactly what we done. We went in to get them checks and stuff. And he said, oh, he said, I talked to Aaron the other day.
Who was this that you were talking to?
The guy that owns the place.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I gotcha.
He said Thursday, late afternoon, early evening, he said, I talked to her yesterday, told her to get out. And that's about all that was said.
Okay.
He went his way. We did too. Earlier today, Brent went up and got some mail, and he said it had Aaron's name on it. And he didn't want to bring it out here because he was afraid of trouble.
Sure.
Arguments.
Sure. Yeah.
Really?
So I said, well, just leave it there. I'll take it out. We're on our way up here.
Sure.
And he calls me
Okay.
and said that he had to get in there.
Okay.
He told me about the water running, so he shut it off.
Okay. Before you guys made entry, he shut the water off? Okay.
So when I go in there, the door, the bathroom door's closed. I beat on it. I open it up, and I thought I seen her laying on the floor there through the glass door.
Okay.
And then Jim called, you got this.
Did you actually walk into the bathroom?
I did.
You did? Okay. Okay. How long had they been split up, do you know, roughly?
What is today, Saturday?
Today's Saturday, yeah.
Monday, yeah, of last week. I don't know for sure.
Okay, so it's just been recent?
Very
recent? Okay.
Brent's father also revealed he and Brent visited the house 2 days earlier, and even though they heard the shower running, they didn't physically see Erin, so they couldn't confirm if she was alive at the time. Erin's father had his own theories about what had happened, as he'd been dealing with her alcohol addiction and mental health problems for years. In fact,
Here comes the lady's father. Time to hear what this man has to say. Look at this guy, old fucking Woody from Toy Story. The hell kind of hat is that? I can't even take anyone serious that's wearing a hat like that. I'm a YouTube reactor, alright? Don't worry about my hat. Don't be talking shit about my black kangaroo. We the paper boy in this business.
it came almost as no surprise that she had passed away at an early age.
Victim's father.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
I've known him for years from church and stuff like that.
Okay.
And, he was telling me that Aaron has had kind of struggled with alcohol,
Yes.
some seizures,
Right.
stuff like that. Is there?
She was bipolar too?
Bipolar.
Schizophrenic?
Yeah.
I remember her telling me that. As you know, I've been here.
Shout out to all my peeps suffering through bipolar disorder. I know all about that. ADHD, all the fun shit. I can't sit still for 28 seconds. People literally think I'm a tweaker when I'm sober, completely sober. ADHD. Stop acting like you don't understand. Do a quick Google search, ladies and gentlemen, and you will figure me out really quickly.
Here
I know
many
they've had
times.
issues going on.
Sure,
and
it's
on.
been
Yeah,
it's
I
been
know,
back and
it's an
forth.
ongoing
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That's why I haven't been here. I told
That dude's got a marijuana plant chilling on his cop t-shirt. I guess he flies around in helicopters and sells marijuana.
them, wait, when you guys get your act together, then
Sure.
we'll start acting like a regular family. Sure. Busting and fighting, I'm not getting involved.
Right.
Because everyone's wanting to get me in the middle of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
But Erin's father also had a crucial piece of information that would help the cops trace Erin's last movements and try and solve the mystery of her death.
With Woody. Old Woody right here. That dude looks like a dork.
And I know she'd had seizures on and off, but I didn't know that they were, how bad they were lately. I mean,
Sure.
she'd been having something lately. I just talked to her 2 days ago.
You did?
Yeah.
On the phone?
On the
Okay.
phone, so.
Do you have date and time? A date we
I
can.
could look on my phone.
Okay.
Phone, yeah.
Okay. If we could get that, that'd be great.
Okay.
We're just trying to paint a picture as to how we got to where we're at right now. So.
Right. I understand.
It's entirely possible that Erin hadn't been taking her medication and had suffered a seizure while taking a shower, resulting in her untimely death.
Yeah. I mean, people die in showers all the time, slip and fall. There's young, healthy people that have unfortunately died by taking falls in the shower. I believe John Travolta has a son that unfortunately passed away by falling and hitting his head on the corner of the shower or like the bathtub. Those things are hard as rocks. You need to put some grippy like mats down in your bathtub so you don't eat shit one day. There's been a couple times I almost fell in the damn shower.
If Erin's father had spoken to her on the phone in the last couple of days, then finding out what time he made that call could help piece together this puzzle and determine a time of death.
Hey, Brent, can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Yes, sir.
All right.
But luckily, Brent
We know by the title, though, that that's not the case. She didn't pass away by taking some unfortunate fall in the shower. Father realizes his son was actually the killer. Get ready for it.
could help piece together this puzzle and determine a time of death.
Hey, Brent, can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Yes, sir.
All right.
But luckily, Brent arrived on the scene and was more than happy to help the cops with their inquiries.
At this point in time, everything's, fine, and we're just here to talk and try to get this figured out, okay?
Yes.
So that's why.
Yep, I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth. Rule number 476 when talking to a police officer and trying to profess your innocence, never cross your arms like this. They won't listen to a word you're saying, brother. Crossing your arms usually means you got something to hide. Could be cold, could be other things, but for the most part, avoid talking to a police officer with your arms or an investigator with your arms crossed like that, Mr. Brent.
Why we're here.
Well, let's just start with when's the last time that you actually talked to Erin?
Sunday.
Rule number 428. Don't scratch your face and make it look like you're tweaking when you're instantly started to,
Sunday?
I moved out Sunday.
You moved out on Sunday? Okay.
Yeah.
Was it kind of a heated argument or just she just said get your stuff and go?
I
and
did.
You just
My dad came with me.
Okay.
Got my clothes.
Uh-huh.
Pulled out.
Okay.
I went to Virgin State that night.
Okay. All right. And
instantly looks at the floor afterwards after he makes a lie. Can't trust it. He's already given too many telltale signs of being guilty right off the bat.
did she say anything to you when you left or nothing at all?
No, I just said I got.
Answering his questions before he even finished. Nope.
All right. And did she say anything to you when you left or nothing at all?
No, I just said I was very quiet about it. My dad was with me. He'll vouch that I got my clothes. Didn't say a word to her.
Sure.
Now he's trying to use his pops as an alibi, throwing his pops under the bus. It's not cool, man.
About it. My dad was with me. He'll vouch that I got my clothes. Didn't say a word to her.
Sure.
And got out.
Okay.
There's nothing to suggest either Brent or his father are hiding anything.
Yeah, if you're not keen on picking up on bullshit signs, I'm already looking at him even without the title and feeling like he's guilty. There were plenty of signs throughout this conversation. Pops can't look at nobody for longer than 3 seconds. Watch how he, as soon as his son starts telling him, he could vouch for me, he's like, all this shit, and then he looks down at the ground, he's doing everything but having a real engagement with this investigator.
Argument or
Nope.
just she just said get your stuff and
Nope,
go?
I
And
did.
you just
Pay attention to the father right here.
My dad came with me.
okay.
Got my clothes.
Uh-huh.
Pulled out.
Okay.
I went to Virgin State that night.
Okay. All right. And did she say
Oh, He's got an itch. He's got a random itch out of nowhere. Oh, here comes the crossed arms. Get ready for him to look down at the floor.
Anything to you when you left, or nothing at all?
No, I just said I was very quiet about it. My dad was with me. He'll vouch that I got my clothes. Didn't say a word to her.
Sure.
Looking down at the ground, checking his wrist, all kinds of shit. There are so many. I should have been an investigator. If I didn't waste so many years working on music, I could have been a forensic investigator.
And got out.
Okay.
There's nothing to suggest either Brent or his father are hiding anything, or
Yeah, for the average YouTuber. We're not the average YouTuber around here.
withholding information. Brent seemed adamant that he entered and left the house as quickly as he could and didn't interact with Aaron, other than by text message. But out of nowhere, Brent's father throws up a major red flag that's impossible to miss.
Uh-oh.
Did you guys have any conversation
Nope.
after that? You hadn't talked to her at all since
Text
Sunday?
her. Text her. Yeah, you
Okay.
can only read the text. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, that's
I
fine.
really don't.
This dude his brain is moving way fast. He's like jumping the gun. He sounds like a freestyle rapper with how quick. No. What do you want to see? You want to see the text? You want to see? Look. You can see it. Look. You can see. Here's a picture of us from last Christmas. Settle down, Brent.
Don't bother me.
Okay.
Remember, Brent, I said don't volunteer. Answer questions, okay?
Okay.
That's his dad saying, yo, you're already throwing yourself under the bus, bro. If anything, you should have got a lawyer right out the gate and just pled the fifth. Right out the gate. It would make you look guilty, but it'd be a lot better off than thinking you're going to somehow trick these investigators that are like been in the game for 20, 30 years into buying your bullshit.
Okay.
This could just be a
He's like, here's my phone. Shaking like a Polaroid picture.
case of an overly cautious parent, as Brent himself seemed to have no problem cooperating with the cops, agreeing to pretty much anything the officer asked of him.
Brent hasn't looked at that investigator in the face not one time since they've engaged in this conversation.
One other thing that I would like to do, and here again, this is just to
He's like looking down the street and shit.
eliminate you from any wrongdoing, is I was wondering if you would be willing to give a voluntary DNA sample.
Oh, what do you think he's going to say to this? I think he's going to be like, Let's see how he answers this one. You could tell he's got that deer in the headlights look on his face.
Like
For my
swab,
swab,
yeah,
to do it.
swab,
I'm
yeah.
willing to do that.
Yeah, okay, all right, perfectly. That's absolutely perfect. So I got a consent form here. I'll fill that out, and then I'll have you sign it, and then we'll just get a swab from your cheeks. And
He's like, I wore gloves in a different outfit, and we already threw that outfit away, so I'll do it. And plus, if they're together, wouldn't his DNA be all over her in the house anyways, right? That's probably why he was so quick to be like, yeah, sure, no problem.
don't be honest, it's pretty simple. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Ask him to take a polygraph, though, and I bet you he says no.
That's okay with
Sounds
you.
like a plan.
But when it came to giving up his cell phone, Brent suddenly seemed reluctant to cooperate.
Here we go.
So are you saying that you really don't want to give up your phone at this time then?
Well, I don't want to give my phone. I have no reason to give up my phone. You've seen all the information I got on my phone.
Okay.
Are you seeing all the information I got? He starts mumbling and shit. Here it is. He's picking his face again.
I might get calls. I might need calls from my parents.
I might get calls from my parents. Investigator Dennis, right back on the case. We're like the crime-sniffing dog, Clifford, the crime-sniffing, I can't remember his name. Only you can prevent. Okay, that's not it either, Dennis.
Holy Jesus.
No, I understand
You're
that.
cool. He's okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we asked. I mean,
Okay.
it's, you know,
I mean, I'm not trying to hide anything.
Yeah.
I just don't want to give it up.
Do you mind if I
I'm not trying to hide anything. What was that last part he said?
You're cool. He's okay with that.
yeah, I mean, that's why we asked. I mean,
Okay.
it's, you know,
I mean, I'm not trying to hide anything.
Yeah.
I just don't want to give it up.
why don't
The way he said up, I'm not trying to hide anything. I just don't want to give it up. You're already given more than enough evidence, bud. It's a wrap for you, Brent.
You're cool. He's okay.
Listen how he says this one more time. He's talking perfectly clear, and then the last word of his sentence, he's like, I just don't want to give it
Okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we asked. I mean,
Okay.
it's, you know.
I mean, I'm not trying to hide anything.
Yeah.
I just don't want to give it up.
Why don't do you
He threw so much swag on that word.
mind if I get pictures of those text messages?
Brent's behavior
He mumbled, nope, not anymore. This man's terrified, boy.
aroused suspicion with the cops. It could be possible
Rouse suspicion with me right out the gate, and I'm not a cop.
that there's something on the phone he didn't want the cops to see. But if there was, they'd have to wait to find it. So to try and understand Aaron and Brent's relationship more, Waynestown police reviewed body cam footage of one of the many times they'd been called to the residence. And just like this
Ruh-roh.
example from months earlier, the arguments usually started because of Aaron's drinking.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
what's going on?
She left? She left? I didn't know what the situation was when she came back. I don't want to go to jail. She put me in jail once. And there she is, intoxicated as hell. Getting her.
Okay. You think you're drunk?
I have drank.
Okay, yeah, I can tell.
I have drunk. Yeah, I have drunk before. I'm still curious how it all happened. Here we go.
I don't want to go to jail. She put me in jail once. And there she is, intoxicated as hell. Getting her.
One thing I know, it's already incredibly difficult for someone to date or be in a relationship or even a friendship with, or have a friendship with someone who is bipolar. But then when you throw alcohol abuse into it, nightmare. Cheers to everybody out there dealing with mental illness, just like me over here, and you don't drink alcohol. Smartest fucking decision I ever made is not getting into drinking alcohol. I could tell you that much.
Okay. You think you're drunk?
I have drank.
Okay, yeah,
It's coffee, by the way. Don't hate, it's coffee.
I can tell. When did you start today?
Earlier today. I don't know exactly.
You on any probation right now?
No.
Are you on any medication?
I take trazodone for sleep.
That's even worse. That's a combination. Like when you start taking any kind of medication, I don't even know what trazodone is, but sleep medication is already the devil lightweight, especially if it's something where you abuse it. But you take any sleep medication, any kind of muscle relaxers, and then you drink on top of it, you're basically, yeah, you're on the highway to hell, more or less. Now I'm really wondering how she passed away.
You taking it today?
No.
I tell you, I'm going to fix this issue. I'm going to my mom's now.
Okay.
I'm going to get out of here. That's why I called.
No, yeah, and that's the right thing to do. You live here, right?
We both do. We're married. So I'm allowed to live here. And he is, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
You would imagine that he's allowed to live there. Alcohol makes people so fucking dumb. If you're able to do it in moderation, then I don't have a problem with it when you're responsible about it. But there are too many people out there that don't understand what moderation actually means.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if my dad pays my rent.
Yeah, there hasn't been any other than verbal argument. That's all.
Been an argument.
No, there hasn't been an argument.
We argue.
Okay.
We
That's why
argue.
you're here. That's why
Okay.
you're here before something happens.
Okay. Well, I can't.
I understand.
I can't stay here all night
I understand.
and wait until. So what's the plan then?
I'm going to get my stuff, and I'm going out.
Okay. Are you doing that now or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I can stand by while you do that.
Can you do me a favor, though?
What's that?
I know you're a busy guy and everything, but can you drive by here and listen up? Because last time I left, there was a guy here,
Okay.
and I worried about
Who
this stuff.
cares?
What an oddball. That dude is weird. He's asking the police officer to come by and check in because this lady had another guy come over. God, this guy's not wired right.
Can you do me a favor, though?
What's that?
I know you're a busy guy and everything.
I know you're a busy guy and everything, and you gotta go to homicide scenes and pull over drunk drivers and people like that, but can you come by here every now and then? Because at one time, Charlene had a man over here, and I'm not too fond of this guy, Rick, that she's been having.
can you drive by here and listen up? Because last time I was up, there was a guy here,
Okay.
and I'm worried about
Who
myself.
cares?
And I'm worried about myself.
Okay.
If you and I are not being together ever again,
Oh God, and here comes the drunk person that wants to start crying and play victim.
leave me the hell alone.
Have you filed for divorce yet?
Today, I went to
Despite Aaron's threats, the couple were indeed together and separated again several times over the next few months. With nothing to go off,
That was her chance to get away.
no forensics, and no solid lead in the case, the cops had no choice but to try and convince Brent to give up his phone in the hope that it cleared him of any wrongdoing, or gave them anything to go off. This encounter did not go as smoothly as planned.
Man,
How you doing?
oh, it's been horrible. I'm gonna get a robe on. I got my pajamas on.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Just in a bird.
Nice fucking camera quality. This is your body cam? What was this recorded on? An N64 controller?
Are you looking for Brent?
Living the dream. We are. Is he here?
No, he's in line.
Okay.
You might want to do a little on your camera screen there, on your nice little body cam. This shit ain't even 310p right here.
Is it?
Okay.
Okay. Is there any way you could get a hold of him or have him come back down here? Because I'd like to talk to him again, if that's okay, real quick.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to be real quick. He's in line.
No, I understand that.
Why are you wanting to talk to him again?
Right.
There's just a few more things that we'd like to talk to him about from, Saturday night when we talked and whatnot.
You can so tell he's beating around the bush. Well, on Sunday I was thinking, and I just felt like, maybe him and I should have a little chat. Maybe.
Okay, you got me on edge. You got his mother on edge.
You got his mother on edge, too.
Okay.
You better.
Is this the same guy that was at the scene is this Brent's father, rather? I'm pretty sure it is. And if so, you should be on edge. You raised a fucking killer, bro. Yeah, you should be on edge.
Better come across with somebody, because I'm thinking my son's going to jail, and you better straight help me out
He's going to more than jail, bud.
on this. And I'm damn serious.
Oh, he's fucking serious. Gee, I wonder why your son is a fucking lunatic. Could it be because of your boomer ass acting like you are the end-all be-all? That you are the main character in this damn video game that we call life? Fuck out of here.
Okay. He's not going to jail.
Okay. You sure of that?
He's literally asking the officer to, God, people are stupid. And that's why I like watching shit like this and reacting. It makes you realize that people aren't very smart in this world.
No, he's not going to jail.
He's pointing at him like, you better be sure about it, buddy. He ain't going to no jail, because that's going to make me and Abigail get a little bit mad.
Okay. Then I'm going
Because then he's going to go to trial, and you guys are going to find out about me and her beating his ass all throughout the 70s and 80s.
to call him.
Yeah. No.
Because I'm
Is he
about
gonna
ready
be
to fall
charged
over
with
here.
something?
Do
No.
what?
Is he gonna be charged with something?
No. We're still trying to figure out exactly what's
Still
going
trying
on.
to get this figured out, okay?
With no sign of Brent,
God, I feel for the police officers. If any police officers or anyone that works with police see these reactions, I pull for you guys, man. I mean, I know you guys do dirt every now and then, and there are bad police officers, just like there's bad human beings in every walk of life, but Jesus Christ, the shit you guys have to go through and just act like it's all good.
the officers were left to deal with his increasingly hostile parents, who were intent on questioning every step of the investigation.
Because
Unreal, dude, because there are some loopholes.
there are some loopholes that we're trying to get those loopholes filled up. That's what we're trying to do.
I'm about ready to pass out here.
Okay.
I am
Because
too.
you're working me up.
I am too. You're gonna make me pat. And then here he goes. You don't point it. Look how he's pointing at the officer. This guy has a lot of fucking nerve.
Some loopholes that we're trying to get those loopholes filled up. That's what we're trying to do.
I'm about ready to pass.
I hate the way old people act like that. They really think that whatever they say goes, even when it comes to like authority. It's fucking wild. And then they wonder why the generation underneath them were assholes beating their kids, the same generation that raised me, mind you. And now these days I'm too soft on my son because I want to be opposite of what they were, so I'm like too nice.
Okay.
I am
So
too.
you're working me up. And I know you're not doing this and all this.
You're working me up, buddy. I'm telling you right now, you working me up.
How am I working you up, sir?
Because my son is in on this and you're asking more questions about him.
And she's
Your son is in on what? His old lady died. What the fuck is he supposed to do? Just be like, la, 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 just another dead body. I'm not gonna do my job. You fucking idiot.
You be concerned about him?
Right.
You wouldn't be concerned about your son? Wouldn't you?
we've been a mess.
We've been a mess. Yeah, and someone else is dead. Shut the hell up, Karen.
I understand that, and that's why we're trying to
Come and
get.
sit down.
That's why we're trying to get
Come on,
everything.
we can sit
out.
down here.
When I left down there the other day talking to you, I felt pretty good.
Right.
And then you
When I was lying to you the other day and we left out there, I felt pretty good. I felt like you were believing all my lies. And now over here, you're asking all them questions.
come back and lay this on me. Well, and that fella right there told me the same, give me the same feeling.
Right. Well, and when what I tried to explain is all we're trying to do now is.
And look at this lady's scowl sitting at the table. She looking hella mad. Like somehow it's this police officer's fault that you guys raised a fucking dirtbag.
You know, whenever you have a conversation with somebody, you go back and you think, oh gosh, I wish I would ask this question, or I wish I.
You say that when you come in.
Well,
You were secretive, like I got to talk to him, and I understand that you got to talk to him, but you got to understand we're living through this.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, I understand
You
that.
got children,
No, I do not.
but you're lucky.
The situation wasn't improved.
Buddy, you're lucky, because my fucking kid drove me up the wall. I used to beat his ass all the goddamn time. And if it wasn't for it being the 60s, back when that shit was allowed, I'd have ended up in prison for fucking whipping my son with a switch all throughout his goddamn childhood, that good-for-nothing son of a bitch. Listening to that devil's music. Oh, Jesus.
And the cops' very presence seemed to be making things worse, with Brent's father on the verge of losing control.
No, we're really all we're trying to do is fill in some gaps. You know, we had some questions.
You got pissing me off.
Uh-oh, now they're pissing him off.
No, I don't want.
If your son acts anything like you, well...
to understand why you're upset.
I do. You're acting like you're going to try and put my son in jail.
More than jail, bud. Jail's kind of kicked back. He's gonna go to a place way worse than jail, buddy.
That's what I'm thinking.
You murder a woman, good luck.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
You're not. You're wrong. I am not. I have no intention on putting your son in jail, but
I'm scared to death you are.
we have an obligation to figure out what.
And if he's guilty, then what the hell? Oh my goodness, I can't do it. I'm gonna have to stay quiet. This is driving me crazy out. This is driving you guys crazy shit.
On putting your son in jail, but
I'm scared to death you are.
we have an obligation to figure out what took place as well. And there's a couple more questions that we have for him. And the reason we came here is because this is where he is living. If he wasn't living here, we would go to where he lives.
With the officers making no progress, they decided it was in everyone's best interests to back off and turn their attention elsewhere to search for the answers. The cops would get...
Imagine that just being your regular workday. You have to go and have conversations with fucking idiots like that. I mean, yeah, they're making some points. They are. But at the end of the day, it's a murder investigation. It's not like this is about him running a damn stop sign, for crying out loud.
Elsewhere to search for the answers. The cops would get some of the answers they needed when the autopsy report came back, and the results were...
Here it is. Here it is. What happened? Remember, I called possible strangulation.
Much worse than anyone could have expected. Aaron
or poisoned.
had been strangled and had traces of blood in her mouth, suggesting she'd also been punched or struck with an object.
Did I not fucking call it? And I put it on my son's life. I have never seen this video. Did I not call it? Did I not call it? Did I not call it? For the people in the back, one more time. What did they find in the autopsy?
Much worse than anyone could have expected.
Go ahead.
Erin had been strangled and had traces of blood in her mouth, suggesting she'd also been punched or struck with an object. So for
Bam! If you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball.
the first time since 1959, Waynesville police opened a homicide investigation.
And I bet you if they really went back in time, that father has strangled his son the same fucking way. I would bet my life on it.
Armed with
Abusers abuse, bro. I mean, the abused abuse is what I'm trying to say. Except for me, I ain't never put a hand on my son. I'm too easy with him. We just be getting online playing video games and shit.
this new information and a warrant for Brent's cell phone, the cops once again called on the Williams residence. And although Brent was home this time around, the welcome wasn't any warmer than their previous visits.
Oh, here we go. And the people that always have these beautiful front yards, they're the people that hide more than anything. They hide behind their beautiful flowers and their beautiful this, and those are the houses where kids get the shit beat out of them, boy. They always got something to hide. I know all about it.
Morning. How you doing? Okay, that's wonderful. Wonderful.
I feel like anyone that has their house so perfectly clean at all times, most of them are psychopaths. Tell me you don't know someone that's just like that, and they're always crazy, always hiding behind religion and hiding behind God and all this horse shit. Fuck out of here. My place is dirty, and I'm proud of it. I ain't did shit wrong. I be chilling.
For you.
So how you doing this morning? Great, wonderful, wonderful.
Great. You ain't great. You're about to lose it right now. Your dad's fitting to beat your... Okay, I'll stop. If you like the video, do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe. I do reactions all the time. I just started breaking into doing reactions to more than just music videos. I usually just react to music videos, but we're going to be doing all kinds of fun reactions like this. Let's get into it. Shall we?
Is this being recorded?
All conversations I have are recorded. Yeah.
So, okay.
Why weren't we told that?
Why weren't we told that? Oh, God. What are you going to do about it, Deborah?
Because
it's not an obligation to let you guys. No, we're not keeping anything from you guys.
Okay. Well, then.
Are you keeping secrets, or is your son keeping secrets and you're terrified that he's not going to get away with his fucking lies anymore, Deborah?
No, we're not keeping anything from you guys.
Okay. We'll get legal counsel. Here is William Klug.
Okay.
I'm calling him today.
okay.
Oh, she's calling him today. Here, take this. We're calling him today.
We've got
A little bit late for that, dumbass.
got his number. We don't need his
Yeah,
number.
you didn't tell us. This is it. I'm done.
You're scaring us.
Yeah, you're scaring us.
And then she's just a fucking parrot copying everything the husband is saying. Oh my God, I hate this family.
Okay. We've got his number. We don't need his
Yeah,
number.
you didn't tell us.
Oh, and before I brought up religion a minute ago, didn't see no crosses on nobody. Look what she's wearing. She's got that Jesus piece hanging on her neck. I'm telling you, the worst people oftentimes hide behind religion and pretend like somehow they're above everybody.
Here is William Klug.
Okay.
I'm calling him today.
Okay. We've got his number. We don't need his
Yeah,
number.
you didn't tell us. This is it. I'm done.
You're scaring us.
Yeah, you're scaring us. When I saw his phone, I knew.
Actually, I was checking the time. I was actually checking the time. But
Legal
I mean, no, that's fine. You know, this is how we do everything.
You should have told us.
Okay. We're not obligated to let you know. I mean,
been nice if you would have said that to him.
Okay.
Just like if you get pulled over on the side of the road, you're being recorded always. The cruiser cam and everything else.
We're getting legal counsel, all three of us.
That's absolutely not a problem.
Today.
No problem.
That's not a problem.
Today, we're getting it right now.
Oh, you should have let us know that.
Okay.
No, you're not being fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
You're not being fair. Oh, God. And she's the first lady to call a cop if a neighbor's making any kind of noise. I promise you. They want to act so tough when they're the ones causing the problem. But if anyone else next door was playing some music, I guarantee she's the first fucking woman to call the police and try to get somebody in trouble. The fuck out of here, bro.
Fine. You want to stay? I'm going to call Pete real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Why are you calling Pete?
And now asking him, why are you calling Pete? They're questioning... I can't take this shit.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Why are you calling Pete?
Calling.
Who you?
I'm calling the other detective.
Why?
He's got some paperwork to give to Brent real quick, okay?
No, I'm not gonna fill it out with that legal.
No. That's
No, it's not about filling it out.
not a problem. I'll be right back.
You got
God, I hope this guy fries. I hope they share exactly like what the charges were after the fact. Thinking they're being all slick and shit.
guys are not doing us fair. You're not treating us fair, buddy.
I can't apologize for coming here at 9 at night.
Yeah, but
I really can't.
he said that this was not, he's not going to arrest my son.
We are.
And now that's what he wants to pull. He said he's not going to arrest him nowhere, even if he found out that maybe he killed 14 people. You gave me your word, buddy. You said you weren't going to arrest my son. Oh, my God. I feel bad that this Brent guy, the killer, is putting his parents through this shit, but God, are they dumber than doornails.
That could wait till today.
We are not arresting him. Did you have anything else?
One thing's for sure, all four of you has got me scared. All four of you. I'm scared.
Like I said,
I haven't slept.
the only thing we're trying to do is trying to figure out and run every answer, question, anything down that we can to figure out what, because it's not right.
My son's going through his wife's funeral, and you guys are putting my, taking his phone.
What him of all people, at some point, I would hope, would say, you guys did everything you could.
Well,
I know it doesn't seem that way now.
The thing is, we all know in our hearts why that lady died.
Why did she die?
Because she was alcoholic.
Oh, so she got strangled out and killed because she's an alcoholic? What a fucking dirtbag.
Why did she die?
Because she was alcoholic.
So what he's trying to say is, yeah, and secretly, subliminally, he's trying to say, yeah, my son killed her, but understand, if she wasn't a goddamn alcoholic, he would have never choked her out and punched her in the face. Fuck out of here, bro.
Despite the monumental effort to obtain Brent's cell phone,
This is a great video to react to. I was not expecting a wild one like this. I'm swinging for the fences at this point. We're Barry Bonds in this motherfucker.
search came up with nothing incriminating, or any suggestion he was going to kill or even harm Aaron. So the cops focused their attention on Aaron's phone, and the last time it was active. Turns out, Aaron made a phone call on July 5th, and then went quiet.
Uh-oh, time to find out what was said.
Brent had also told police he had sent Aaron a text message the very same night, but she never replied, and it started to look like that was the night she was killed.
Oh my God, this motherfucker's stupid.
But it was when the cops spoke to one of Aaron's friends that
Even though I feel bad for police, it's gotta feel so good when you when you get someone like this that argues with you and then you just start nailing them with facts until you see their whole demeanor change. That's gotta feel so powerful.
they realized they might have found a new suspect.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me someone else did. Now they're talking about a new suspect. I can't be talking all this shit and have it be someone else. Although look at the title of the video. It has to be. Right? It has to be this guy, Brent, right?
A man named Jimmy. Aaron had met Jimmy for an illicit
Jimmy.
that they realized they might have found a new suspect. A man named Jimmy. Aaron had met Jimmy for an illicit encounter after she joined an online dating app behind her husband's back.
She belongs to the streets, bro.
I was wondering if you could help me out. I actually am coming to you for some help if you don't mind.
Depends.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a name. And you're probably going to think I'm here for another reason, but I'm not here for that reason, okay?
Wait, who's the one talking right now? Is this an officer? Sorry, I had to cough there real quick. Is this supposed to be the officer talking and body cam again?
I'm going to give you a name. And you're probably going to think I'm here for another reason, but I'm not here for that reason, okay? So can I give you that name? Aaron McCauley.
There's a very good reason the cops are being very gentle with their suspect, and that's because after he and Erin slept together, she accused him of assaulting her in an investigation that was still ongoing at the time. The cops could be forgiven for thinking Jimmy is involved and that he may have a motive to kill Erin, but Jimmy is clear that he didn't assault Erin at all and hadn't been in touch with her since.
I don't know if you have heard, but she had passed away.
No, I didn't know. I haven't spoken to her.
What I would like to know is how you met her. Online? Okay.
We got a twist here, ladies and gentlemen. A genuine whodunit.
Do you remember what dating website that was?
Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish? I used to use that hell a long time ago. We're talking like 15 years ago.
Fish? Okay.
Jimmy had been cooperative and provided a sample of DNA, so even though he was still on the cops' radar, they were confident he wasn't involved in Erin's murder. This left the investigation back to square one.
Wait, why were they confident, though? You're not going to supply that information?
But just when it looked like the case might stall altogether, the cops received information from someone who had become involved with Brent after Erin's death. And what she told the cops blew the case wide.
This motherfucker went and bragged to some woman. Oh my... Whoa!
Wide open.
It's getting spicy.
This is Tiffany, and she met Brent after they started chatting on a dating website.
He wanted to meet up with me last weekend, and I kept telling him I had to work.
Okay.
Well, then he kept texting me and calling me, so I finally got back a hold of him, and then we were just texting. So we met yesterday over at Shawnee Reed Road, but he started talking about his wife dying. I'm like, okay, I thought maybe it happened, a while ago. But the more and more talked, I said, so how long did it happen? Oh,
And he's like, oh, it was last Tuesday. 4:48 in the afternoon.
It's not been 2 weeks yet. My first reactions are, you serious? I mean, if my husband died, and I'm a widow, I wouldn't be worried about being on these chat lines and doing this whatever,
Her description of Brent's chilling attitude towards his deceased wife is a major red flag for the cops. But the worst was yet to come.
Oh, shit. Drum roll, please.
As Tiffany single-handedly helped solve one of Waynesville's most brutal crimes when she revealed Brent's true motive for killing his wife.
But the way he
Oh, is there insurance money or something?
said it was weird as hell.
What did he say?
We were sitting there, and he was talking about, he's got to get this on in his life. I said, we don't have to rush this. Even though I wasn't trying to be, I was just talking to him. I said, we don't have to rush this. I said, because you need to grieve for your dead wife. I said, most typical people are. He goes, well, I was done, I already grieved. He goes, I didn't even care before she died. I've been okay with this. He's like, I'm ready to move on. And
This motherfucker is dumb.
And then
Dumber than a doormat on a cold winter evening.
he's all happy about getting a check in the mail for her death. The way he said it, he was like, weird. He said, well, I'm waiting for a check in the mail. I said, for what? And he said, life insurance.
Bam.
And I
need to be an investigator.
said, well, he's like, yeah, I took one out on her. He's like, I knew she was going to die. I said, well,
Did he say how much?
25,000?
25 bands.
As if cashing in on his wife's life insurance wasn't evidence enough, Brent had...
Man, how much did that policy cost? Fucking 28 cents a month? Jesus Christ. 25 bands? That ain't nothing. You could spend that on just like a 2012 used truck.
taken out the policy only 5 weeks before Erin's death.
Oh, geez. How can you be so dumb that you really think you're gonna get away with it when you set it up only 5 weeks before her death, and they already have domestic disturbances and shit on record? God, these people, I'm embarrassed to be a white guy right now. These dumb white trash ass mudded.
Just as things couldn't get any worse for Brent, the DNA evidence cleared Jimmy of any wrongdoing, and this was all the evidence the cops needed to finally make an arrest.
Hey, cop!
And now as they're trying to arrest him, he's crying about his arm. I got a bad arm. That's the one that I hurt punching the shit out of my wife.
He doesn't know about signing for your arrest too, alright? What the hell?
I would pay to see the reaction of the mom and the dad's face that were being assholes to these cops as their son's getting tied up on the ground, getting yanked out the house. I think that's her in the background, the mom saying, "What the hell?" Listen.
Hey, cop!
What in the hell?
He doesn't know about signing for your arrest too, alright?
What the hell?
I don't care what he's got.
That was the weirdest what the hell I've... What the hell? Like she read it off a piece of paper, like, this is what I want to say when they arrest him. What the hell?
You're better. I'll tell you something right now, sir. All right, go.
He did not do this.
Correct.
He did not.
Yeah.
He did not do this.
My arm hurts. Stop this. Come on, put me on your... First of all, you're arresting me when I didn't do nothing wrong.
Oh my God.
It's fine. Let's go. Let's go to jail.
Brent Williams was charged with Aaron's murder, and his trial took place in the Auglaize County Common Pleas Court. He waived his right to a jury trial, leaving a judge to decide his fate. With the motive of a life insurance payout and DNA evidence, Brent Williams was found guilty of murdering Aaron Mulcahy and sentenced to 15 years to life.
15 years? That's not enough, man. I don't like how people get off. I mean, unless you got the greatest lawyer in the world, which he probably didn't even have. He left it in the hand. He didn't even go to trial. That dude needs to hang on us. I don't like that shit at all. They probably just treated it like, oh, she's an alcoholic, whatever. At least we got our man. Goddamn white trash hillbillies. That's the end of the video, by the way. I appreciate you guys for watching. My name is Dennis, aka Mr. 808. Hit that like, leave a comment. This was wild. I was not expecting all the twists and turns in this one. I wasn't expecting to have some shit parents trying to talk shit and pointing at the officers like, yeah, you gotta promise me you ain't gonna take him to no jail, okay? You ain't gonna take him to no jail, right? You promise me? You better. You got my wife and I scared. Oh my God. Much love, everybody.